Secretary Noem, under your leadership, we have seen you ignore our appropriation laws, our Constitution, common sense, and even basic humanity. And like a lot of Americans, I really have been horrified by the lawlessness and incompetence and cruelty that we have all witnessed. And for all the talk about going after criminals, you have sidetracked DHS staff who are investigating drug dealers, terrorists, human traffickers. And rather than photo ops, we need more of your focus on providing basic diligence, because your crackdown has roped in American citizens and people who are here legally with no criminal record.
You pretty much secured the southern border, haven't you?
Yes, sir. The CBP,
and that upsets some of my colleagues, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. They say you've done it the wrong way, haven't they? Mm-hmm. Could you answer that?
Yes, sir. They do say that.
Do you think they're upset because you supposedly did it the wrong way, or you think they're upset that you did it at all?
Democrats just got body slammed by reality. They screamed cruelty, chaos, lawlessness, until Kristi Noem calmly nuked their border fairy tale with facts. When the left's script collapsed, Senator Kennedy exposed the truth they fear most. They didn't hate how she secured the border. They hated that she secured it at all. Let's watch this full exchange, then I'll break it down after the clip.
Now, in the last 3 months, you have frozen or canceled over $100 billion in funding that was approved by Congress, bipartisan. We are talking about everything from disaster relief to grants that keep people safe. But when my staff has requested information on the status of this unacceptable holdup, the department failed to provide any acceptable justification. This illegal freeze, and it is illegal, is taking a real toll on communities who are waiting on the investments that Congress has delivered. So will you commit to immediately unpausing these funds?
Well, Senator, thank you for covering a lot of topics there. Let me touch on a few of those right away.
Well,
what the Trump administration is doing is enforcing the law for the first time. Under the Biden administration,
I'm asking you about the funds.
Illegal aliens were prioritized over American citizens. Now the scales of justice have been leveled, and
Madam
no one
Chair,
is treated better than anyone else.
I asked you a
Citizens are
question.
treated the same,
Madam
and these
Secretary,
illegal aliens and criminals
answer.
are being
I heard
deported.
it previously. I'm asking you a specific
question. The grants that you are referencing,
correct.
The grants that you are referencing have been paused and reevaluated to make sure that they are truly being spent in the way to which they were appropriated.
Well,
many of these grants were being diverted into things they were never intended.
These funds were passed on a bipartisan basis by members.
Absolutely, and the Biden administration perverted them. They're upset that by President Trump enforcing the law, it happened so quickly and successfully.
Yeah. Now, when President Biden came into office, the first thing he did was get rid of all of the things we were doing to stop people from coming into our country illegally, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, it was like The Price is Right. Come on down. Except he said, come on in. And most of my Democratic colleagues went along with that, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yes, they did.
In fact, they cheered him on, didn't they? Mm-hmm. Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
How many people do you think President Biden let into our country illegally? Just give me a ballpark figure.
Sir, we don't know for certain, but we believe it could be upwards to 20 million people that are illegally in this country.
So that's like adding 10 Nebraskas to our country, isn't it?
That's correct.
Why do you think President Biden and my Democratic colleagues did that? Do you think they believe in open borders?
I think they believed in open borders and letting people come into this country that would affect our society and criminals. Those other countries emptying out the worst of the worst, their mental institutions, their prisons came in here and jeopardized, and known terrorists.
Well, only one or two circumstances are possible, it seems to me. Either President Biden and the Democrats who supported him believe in open borders, or the people that President Biden put in charge of securing the border you wouldn't trust to run a snowball stand, right?
That is correct.
So nobody is that incompetent. So it has to be, they just believe in open borders, do they not?
Yes, because I know the people who were securing the border and they weren't allowed to do their job.
Do you think they believe that vetting people at the border is racist?
Yes, I do. I think by the way they allowed people in and granted them immediate parole status.
Do you think that President Biden and some of my Democratic colleagues, I don't want to paint with too broad a brush, Madam Secretary, thought of these foreign nationals in our country illegally as potential new voters?
I do, sir.
Okay. If you're an ordinary American and you oppose illegal immigration, but you support legal immigration, does that make you a racist?
No, sir. No, sir, not at all. It just means that you believe there should be a rule of law, and that's what America was built on.
And that's what you've been enforcing, right?
Exactly. We have been following the Constitution and the rule of law in this country.
And I want to be sure I understand, because there's been a lot of confusing testimony here. You've secured the border, have you not?
This administration has, yes, sir.
And some of my colleagues are upset with you,
Yes, sir.
and they say you did it wrong.
Yes, sir.
And do you agree with me that what they're really upset about is that you did it at all?
Yes, sir.
What you just witnessed wasn't a policy debate. It was a border reality check colliding headfirst with Democrat theatrics. Patty Murray walked in swinging emotional buzzwords like cruelty and incompetence, as if enforcing immigration law is now a human rights violation. Her entire playbook, paint enforcement as evil, so chaos looks compassionate. It wasn't questioning. It was political theater for headlines. Then Senator Kennedy stepped in like a constitutional wrecking ball and stripped the rhetoric down to one brutal truth. They're not mad about how the border was secured. They're mad it was secured at all. In just a few simple questions, Kennedy cornered the entire open border narrative. He even nailed the ugly political motive, millions of illegal entrants as future voters. And when you lay that truth next to the silence from the same judges and politicians who suddenly care about rules, the double standard becomes undeniable. Kennedy didn't just defend border security, he exposed a worldview. One side believes in borders, law, sovereignty. The other believes in chaos disguised as compassion, open borders disguised as virtue, and if defending your nation and enforcing immigration law makes you the bad guy in their script, good. It means the script was the problem, not the enforcement. America isn't racist for demanding legal borders. America is serious, sovereign, and finally, wide awake. Drop your take. Who looked desperate here? Noam and Kennedy, or the party mad that the border finally got secured? Let's hear it.